Well, Georgia's race for governor is starting to get a little bit messier now as one candidate is challenging the legality of a rival's campaign funding that now has the race being diverted to the courtroom. Joining us now, as he does every Friday, is 11Alive Zach Merchant, co-host of The Georgia Vote.
Chesley,
Zach,
good
welcome
to see you. Good to see you as always.
Good to see you on a Friday. Lets me know I'm at the end of the week and it's payday too.
That's right,
man.
right.
You look good, my friend. All right, so talk to me about what's going on with this lawsuit.
Yeah, look, this is sort of the latest escalation in a long simmering and now kind of boiling over point of tension in the Republican side of the governor's race. Attorney General Chris Carr, who is in the governor's race, is suing his main rival, Republican Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones, in federal court over allegations that Jones is violating state campaign finance laws. At the risk of kind of getting too into the weeds here, we want to simplify as much as possible. Carr alleges that Burt Jones is taking advantage unfairly, and he alleges unconstitutionally, of a special fundraising committee that Jones has access to, but Carr does not.
So what are the campaigns saying?
Well, you can imagine the Carr campaign is very supportive of this, and the Jones campaign is not. I want to give you a little bit of the flavor of the statements coming out of both camps here. First, we talked with Neil Bidding. He is Chris Carr's campaign manager. We spoke with him yesterday, just a little bit after we first broke this news that this suit was being filed in the Northern District of Georgia. And Neil said, in part, we are trying to stop Burt Jones from violating campaign contribution rules and make sure that the same rules apply to everybody. On the other side, Kendall Parker, a spokeswoman for Burt Jones, said this: Georgia's lackluster attorney general defended this law 2 years ago. Now he's running for governor, and he wants to challenge the same law he once defended. If hypocrisy were an Olympic sport, he would take gold.
Wow.
Yeah, so the tension is ratcheting up here a little bit. It's important to remember, too, this primary is still way off in the distance. We're 8, 9, 10-ish months away from just the primary race. Important to remember, too, anytime we're talking about litigation, where you talk a lot about the complaint being filed, the initial suit being filed, it is a starting point, not an ending point. This is all going to be hashed out in court moving forward.
Keeping us interested, keeping us involved, I believe, right? So
Absolutely.
Campaign finances isn't the only fight that's going on, right? We have other conflicts going on.
Yeah, is it starting to feel like politics season yet? It is to me. So obviously, Derek Dooley, son of Vince Dooley, legendary Georgia football coach and a football coach himself. Derek Dooley most recently was the head football coach at Tennessee. He jumped into the Senate race here in Georgia as a Republican. And I mean, within 45 or 50 minutes of him announcing that he is entering the race on Monday morning, another Republican Senate contender, Congressman Mike Collins, had an ad out attacking Derek Dooley. I mean, he didn't even make it 60 minutes into his candidacy before the attack started coming out. And the tenor of the attack highlights what I think is very likely to be a flashpoint moving forward into this Republican campaign. Mike Collins alleges that Derek Dooley is not MAGA enough, is not enough of a Trump supporter. And he used the tagline, Derek Dooley spent his life on the sidelines, and said he was never with Trump. Dooley, of course, in his launch video and his press statements and in his own statements since he's gotten into this race, he has touted his support for the president. But in a Republican primary, your MAGA credentials, especially in this era of Republican politics, matter a lot. And Collins is trying to say that Derek Dooley just hasn't been around, hasn't been involved, and doesn't have the credit for it.
Wow. So on the Democratic side of the race for governor is already crowded, but we got a new name entering into it.
Yeah, another shakeup in a week and really a month that's seen a lot of them. Mike Thurmond, the former DeKalb County CEO, has now officially entered the race for governor. He's a Democrat, and a few weeks ago, Chesley, you and I talked about this, that he had strongly hinted that he was going to get into this race in a speech in South Georgia. He said, you walked right to the line of saying he was going to run. Now it's official. We helped break that news this week. Thurmond is staking a little bit of a different lane than some of his potential, and not potential, his announced challengers in the Democratic primary. Thurmond talked about trying to stay away from what he calls the hyper-partisanship of this era of politics. He spent a lot of time talking about urban Georgia, but also rural Georgia. He described himself as a bridge builder. He's in a Democratic field that also includes State Senator Jason Estevez, former Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms, and others. We're going to see how this all plays out, but voters are going to have plenty of choices in this primary race.
Yeah, and probably some more trying to enter into it. We'll see.
And they can see Mike Thurmond on the Georgia Vote this Sunday.
All right. Zach Merchant, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Yep. And you can watch the Georgia Vote with Zach and Faith Jesse Sunday right here at 11 and on 11 Live Plus. Make sure you check it out.